Part 1. The Angel in the Aisle. My first day at a new school was a disaster waiting to happen. I scrambled onto the bus and dropped into the first seat I saw, one of those high ones over the wheels. When I went to get off, I stood up too fast and smashed my head right into the overhead compartment. Mortified, I looked around to see if anyone had witnessed my clumsiness. That's when I saw him, a boy across the aisle, smiling at me as I stood there, bright red. Let's call him Leo. Leo was in my grade but a different class. We rode the same bus and he lived a few blocks away. At first, we found each other utterly annoying, constantly bickering. But one afternoon, he bounced onto the bus, all excited. I asked what was up, and he said he wanted to propose to a girl he liked. I, of all people, helped him plan the whole thing. The next day, he got rejected. I spent the ride home comforting him, and just like that, we became inseparable. I owe that girl a silent thank you every day. Days turned into weeks, then months. We grew incredibly close. Everyone saw it, students, teachers, everyone shipped us. I'd find any excuse to peek into his classroom, and every single time I could feel his eyes following me. He lived for cricket. I didn't care for sports at all, but I started watching every match, studying the players, just so I'd have something to talk to him about. Then came the cookie incident. I'd had a terrible morning and came to the bus early, crying. He walked in, it was just us. He asked what was wrong. I pushed him away, saying I needed space. Without a word, he left. He came back 5 minutes later with a whole lunchbox stuffed with sweets, cookies, candies, even a laddu, this Indian sweet. Where did you get all this? I asked, stunned. My class had a Diwali party, he said softly. I went around asking everyone for their extras. I'm sorry I couldn't give you space, so I brought you sugar instead. I hugged him tight. He wiped my tears with his handkerchief, held my hands, and said, I'll always be here for you. And right then, with my stupid teenage heart, I fell completely. He was an angel. Every morning he'd sit beside me. If I was reading, he'd just stare. If I was tired, he'd let me sleep on his shoulder, stroking my hair. My tuition was near his house, so we'd get ice cream every day after class. We both knew how we felt, but neither of us wanted to risk our friendship. Even my mom adored him. She'd let us go out on his scooter and always asked about him. He was my sanctuary. When I had bad days at school or at home, he was there. He'd hug me when I cried, then spam my phone with memes. He'd kneel to tie my shoelaces because I was hopeless at it. On my birthday, he took me out, let me eat anything I wanted, and gave me a pair of earrings I wore every single day. I learned a bit of my mother tongue, Telugu, just to impress my mom. The day I finally managed a full conversation, I was walking him out of my society, buzzing with pride. He held my hand. My knees went weak, and I was practically bouncing with his hand in mine, while he looked nervously around. At our farewell dance, he proposed. In Telugu. Of course, I said yes. I'd been waiting 2 years for that moment. I kissed him right there in front of everyone. After that, he was always around. My friends knew him, my mom and brother loved him, but my dad hated him. Dad told me to stay away, so my mom would help me sneak out when Dad was home. Otherwise, Leo was practically part of the family, playing cricket with my brother, helping my mom cook, or trying to teach me physics. Every time we met, he brought me a little flower from his garden. We'd planned to play badminton but always ended up making out in the service elevator. He lifted me up to kiss me, his hands on my waist, then my back as I played with his hair. We kissed at his house, at mine, in every quiet corner we could find. He was my angel, tall, smart, with great hair, who could dance and was amazing at sports. He was always by my side. Until the day he was.